In today's video, I'm breaking down Nectar's funnel strategy. This is a behemoth 9-figure DTC and retail mattress brand. And we're going to go through some of the funnels and the pages they are sending or they were sending traffic to, starting from some listicles. So the first one I'm going to look at here is a listicle from their funnels. I have some other listicles to go through. Then one of the angles they go very heavy on here is comparison and review pages. So they have a lot of pages where they compare their product. As you can see here, for example, with Casper, which is another very big mattress brand. They've had, for example, reviews against Purple, against other players in the market. Some of these I've also reviewed on my channel. For example, Ghostbed is another very big mattress player in the DTC and retail space. They also have some more guides and quiz funnels here, some other types of funnels, but by far my favorite piece of their funnel and the most CRO optimized is their product page. We're going to go through also the product page at the end, and I'm going to show you why this is one of my favorite pages so far in their funnels. So keep watching for that, but let's start first from their listicles. So their listicle structure is fairly simple. You can't really get listicles wrong because the structure and the layout is fairly the same for any brand, any niche, any product, anything that you're offering. The listicle itself and the structure is fairly simple. The thing that they're doing very well with listicles and in general with all of their pages is that they are doing exactly what I mean by testing angles and testing multiple and selling to multiple different selling angles on the market. So for example, this first listicle right here is the headline is 7 reasons why Nectar may be your best and last full size mattress. And here, for example, what they go very heavily on is that they are the best option on the markets. So for example, the first most important point is the best sleep for the best value. So here they're mentioning the price, where does the price of their mattresses start and how much you're saving on the deal. Then they dedicate, like, I think it's only one point to actually like mentioning some benefits or some of these things, like for example, sleep easy and cool, and going on the actual benefits to the end customer of the product. But all of their other points are mentioning why they're the best option in the markets. For example, here they're mentioning free shipping and easy setup. And a lot of these things are also specific to brands that sell very high AOV products. So for example, being that their mattresses start at $5.99 at the very minimum. So this is a high AOV product. So for example, some of these things they're mentioning here is, for example, point number 3, to your home via FedEx Ground and see how easy it is to unbox and set up. These are things that are important, obviously, for high AOV product. And another thing that needs to be mentioned here is when you're considering high AOV purchases like this or expensive purchases like this, it's not like selling supplements. So I usually review a lot of maybe supplements, clothing, nutrition, healthcare brands on my channel, and I also review some of these high AOV brands. And the funnel structure is the same. So the funnel you're going to be using, educational funnels, direct purchase funnels, quiz funnels, volume builder funnels, they are the same, but the structure and how you actually market your product from low AOV to high AOV to different products is different. And here, for example, for high AOV products, the things that customers need and the market needs are different. The needs themselves are different. So you're not going to market them the same as low AOV products. So for example, something else such as financing super important is I would go as far as saying if you are a high AOV brand that sell expensive products, if you don't have financing, you're basically not even into consideration for the competition. You need to have financing if you are a high AOV or have high priced products. So for example, here they're mentioning make easy monthly payments over 6 to 12 months, and they also have a tool to check your eligibility. They're mentioning reviews here, and here they have another competitor kind of sections where they compare themselves to Casper. So they go heavy here, not even on benefits, not even on features, not even all of these things. The angle for this page is specifically making sure that the customer knows they are the best option out there on the market, on price, on firmness, on warranty, and all of these important points that they beat their competition at. So at the end point they have here, they're mentioning their awards, and their shop now call to action redirects immediately to the product page. I think so. This is the product page we're going to review at the end. But yeah, this angle specifically here is one that goes out and directly attacks the competition, but they're testing a lot of different angles with these listicles. So for example, this listicles right here, headline is 5 reasons Nectar is the best mattress for heavy sleepers. So here they're targeting heavy sleepers specifically, one of the main points or the main selling angles you would have for a product like this. So here they're actually mentioning benefits and actual features of that product. So our memory foam has amazing pressure relief. They have some clever kind of use of words or use of copy here with amazing that they're mentioning here. And some of these points are obviously still like kind of competition related or specific to high AV products, but most of this page is related to heavy sleepers, is related to things that heavy sleepers would find reassurance in when looking at the product, but they still, as you can see, go very heavy on competition. They still want to make sure that you know that this is the best option in the market. High AOV products and people that are going to buy expensive products, they're going to be very thorough with their search, with their options, with making sure that they know of every option available out there on the market. It's not the same as I've mentioned with supplements, with nutrition, with this stuff, with clothing, because there might be so many different options on the market and the price is so low that doesn't justify actually going through and looking at all the options. But when you're considering price points like, for example, $650 or $1,000+, then you know, and you're going to be much more thorough with your search online before making the purchase. So yeah, this is a very important point specifically for high AOV products. This is another great listicle style page. So this one mentions 7 reasons why you can't sleep and ways to fall asleep fast. This is kind of more of a blog kind of style page. This is very good for searches, for people actually showing intent and searching, for example, for these things right here. So why I can sleep, ways to fall asleep fast. So what they're doing with this listicle here is that they're very briefly mentioning the 7 reasons why you can't fall asleep in the headline. So the points here are caffeine, stress, circadian rhythm, temperature, light and sound, sleep disorder, underlying medical conditions. But they're not just stopping here at these points, they're just mentioning them briefly, because after that they are mentioning what to do when you can sleep, so things you can actually test and do to make your sleep better. And the last point here is actually trying a new mattress. So they have try new mattress as the last point. They're mentioning swapping out your mattress can greatly improve your sleep deprivation. Getting to lie down on an extremely comfortable memory foam mattress that sleeps cool after a long day can be a game changer. When it comes to helping you fall asleep, Nectar offers 365 days mattress trial with free shipping and returns. If you don't like and notice an improvement in your sleep, we will take it back. So at the very end of the listicle here, they have a call to action, they have a point for their mattress, and they're mixing in kind of blending it in a blog style kind of page. And as you can see, the structure is super simple. It's not even that greatly polished as far as design goes. But with these types of pages here, with these types of funnels, what matters is the copywriting. What matters is understanding what problems your customer avatar has. And obviously ways to fall asleep is one of those problems, and why you can't sleep is one of those problems. So on these types of pages, design matters and design is important. And I want to mention this. A lot of people think that copy is the only important thing, and copy is obviously the most important thing, but coupling it with bad design, I don't think it's worth it. I think it's far better if you actually focused on both and maxed out both. So if you had great copywriting that sells your benefits, sells your products, sells why you're better than the competition, but you want to also couple it with good design. What I want to say here is that it doesn't 100% matters at the very end, as you can see from this page, but what really matters and what you need to focus on first is copywriting, and then matching it with good design and branded design. The last listicle we're going to be looking at is 5 reasons Nectar is the best mattress for couples. So another very important selling angles you can target here for the mattresses product specifically. So they have points here that mention why this is the best option for couples specifically. Why do you need to have it if you have a partner, if you are married, things like that. So they all still they are using the kind of the same layout for these specific listicles right here. They always have the same point about the competition with and kind of the comparison table with the other products and the other brands in the market for this, but they still kind of use the same layout and change the points around and change the headline around to sell to different target audiences. And that this is what I mentioned, and I've mentioned in the past, specifically in my 1-hour CRO guide that you can go look at by clicking at the top right card here in the video. It's going to take you from A to Z how you can implement a split testing system for your eCom brand from start to finish. And I mentioned on that guide the importance of testing different selling angles, the importance of marketing your products in different ways to different customer avatars for scaling specifically. So they're doing a very good job with these listicles that we've just looked at here. Now let's go through the next type of page they're using in their marketing and in their funnels. This one they're using very heavily. They're using this a lot. This page mentions the best mattresses, the best sleep for the best price. See why more than 5.5 million sleepers get more sleep for less money with a Nectar mattress. So this is the direct comparison page. So here, for example, they're mentioning the comparison on price, and they have a direct shop now call to action there. Then they have have a little listicle section mentioning here are 5 reasons why people choose Nectar mattresses over other brands. So again, directly attacking the competition on many different points here. One, for example, is their offer. So they have a 365 night trial and return policy for their product. They have competition again here, and at the very end they have another call to action with mentioning the flexible financing with a firm. Very important, as I've mentioned, actually essential for high AOV brands and more expensive products. They have other types of pages in this style. So here they're actually going directly to compare and show the difference between them and different brands in the market. So this one is for Casper. They have another one here for Purple. They have multiple different ones for other brands, but they have one of these page for, I think, every single competitor on the market and every single player on the market, specifically for mattresses. So these pages kind of have the same layout between all of the players, and they've always mentioned Nectar versus the brand they're attacking. And then original mattress 2024, Wukong's out first. Our mattress, one mattress is the clear winner, Nectar. Nectar gives you sweet sleeps guaranteed, a thicker mattress, plus a longer trial and warranty, always saving you hundreds of dollars. What's not to love? Then they have a direct comparison table here. The structure after this changes a little bit from what we've seen from their other pages. So they're going for an actual breakdown, like heavy education on their product and the competitor product and why their option is the best one. And they have a lot of copy going on here. So this copy, they are not this is not like super technical copy in the sense that they're not going for a story or for an emotional kind of problem or for benefits or things like that. They're specifically going for features and attacking on the features. So here they're mentioning they have a breakdown on of that with the Casper original mattress. Then they have a section to break down the differences between the features that they have, both that products have. So for example, things like memory foam, and here they're differentiating even more than the competition by mentioning something like, but only Nectar is made with therapeutic gel memory foam, so even more differentiation than the competition. You can afford to do things like this to compare and directly attack the competition if you have heavy differentiation, which things like this obviously give you. Why Casper costs so much more than Nectar? They are also fighting on price here, which is something that we've seen on all the other pages they are marketing on. And they have a section for managing expectations. So the headline mentioned, see what it's like to sleep on Nectar and Casper. So as far as like sections on sales pages go, between all of the niches, all of the products, or any brand you can think of, I think like the sections where you set expectations and manage timelines for expected results from the product is one of the best and most important sections you could have on your sales pages mostly, but also on other types of landers and other types of funnels for your brand. This one, they're directly comparing the experience for different customer avatars between the two products. So for example, they have the comparison for the side sleeper, the stomach sleeper, the back sleeper, moving sleeper, heavyweight sleeper, petite sleeper, hot sleeper, cold sleeper, all of these things, all of these different customer avatars. They have a different breakdown for each one of them for each of the products. And they're mentioning also here a simple paragraph for each of those, for each of the customer avatars. At the end, again, they're mentioning again comparison and the differences between the two brands with another comparison table. And the call to action directly goes to the product page with more risk reversals and guarantees here. They have another one for Purple, but it's mostly the same. The layout is kind of the same between the two. So again, they have the breakdown. The style is different, but the layout is the same. They have the breakdown here in this kind of more interactive form, which this I actually like a lot. I think it's better than the other one. Feels more interactive, feels more educational, feels like an actual resource or piece of information you're going through to understand what's the difference. That gives you the power to understand what's the difference between all of the other options on the market. So great section that they have going on for that here. And again, at the end, the comparison table, just like as we've seen on, I think, every single page that we've seen so far, also like considering also the listicles, they've always had a comparison table somewhere to compare them with other brands. So now we can actually go to their store, their collection pages and their product pages, and I absolutely love the menu structure they have going on here. So for the mattresses, as you can see here, if you go over, if you hover on it, it opens up this little pop-up with all of the options they have. So the memory foam options, the hybrid options. But if you actually click on shop mattresses and if you open this link up, as you can see, it doesn't redirect you to a collection page or what you would expect with all of the options available. It redirects you to this absolutely perfect product page that we're going to look at right now for their classic memory foam mattress. So as you can see, all of the options are actually available here. So all of the options that you could look at by having the mattresses kind of menu bar open up, you have all of this here because they're using a single SKU or a single product page to give you all of the options in a single place without having you go through maybe 5, 6, 8 different product pages and looking at the options yourself. They have all of the options on the same PDP. They've structured it in a way where you have everything you could possibly want to get or add to your order on a single product page, and we're going to go through that right now. So they have immediately at the top of the page, we have a FOMO banner for the President's Day deal, so save up to 50% on mattresses, so discount and the offer they have going on right now. They want to explicitly show you that. Super important when you have offers running. I think that a lot of brands miss on, which is a very easy ad. You can add this in minutes to your store. Adding a simple banner that mentions the offer you have currently running helps a lot with conversions and with getting people through to cart and to checkout. They also have the timer here directly on the main carousel image. But let's go first images on the carousel. So obviously, since this is not a cheap product, as we've mentioned, high AOV, they have a lot of education out of kind of lifestyle images, but also information on how the product actually plays out and how it works. They have also a video here. This is what we've also seen from GhostBed. So they also had a video, and they had this one as their main actual hero image or kind of header in their image carousel. So but here in general, with all of the images they have, they're doing a great job of combining the two, so combining lifestyle and how this product, which is an everyday product, a super important product in your everyday life, how it plays out both on the lifestyle side of things with these images right here, but also on the information education side of things with these images right here, and also with the video breakdown at the end. They have some risk reversals and guarantee pages here. So for example, for their 365 night home trial offer, the forever warranty and the free shipping and returns, and when you click on them, you actually get this little pop-up expanding even more on the offer itself. We have the reviews here at the top, where you can click and it goes to the review section at the bottom. Then here we have a section to I always love this section when I see it on product page, and it performs super well in terms of making sure the above the fold is focused on action and on getting people through to cart. They have a little tab section with about your love, benefits, and good matches for, and this section performs the best from also what we've seen from our tests and in general for all the brands we break down and we look at, because it gives the space in the above the fold to both give as much information as possible for the purchase decision to the customer. As you know, and as I've mentioned a lot of times on heat maps, and when I look at user recordings of people using stores, not a lot of people actually scroll through and make it to read the rest of the page or what is there on the rest of the page. So you have to optimize the above the fold for the perfect combination of as much information as possible with as much focus on action and the buy box as possible. And having a tab section like this optimizes for both and helps you with both things. Then we go to the absolute perfect and best section they have here on the product page, which is the buy box. I absolutely love the buy box and how they've structured it. Here they have a compare section to show you the different options they have for their product. It shows a breakdown both on sizes, reviews, what's the best value, what's the most popular, what's the comfort rating, the support rating, the cooling rating. The offer is running for both, so that is the same for both things. And then they have the price listed at the bottom here for both and how much you're saving or the value you're getting with the offer that's running on. Currently, you can choose, as you can see here, and select what you want to go for with the simple click here, and they also reiterate on those USPs for both options. As you can see, it's very sequential, it's very interactive. You get clear feedback on what you're selecting and what you're actually choosing from the buy box, and they can select the material you want for the mattress. There are a little call to actions and inline URLs, for example, what are hybrids, that give you even more education on the product without disrupting too much the buy box. You have to remember the buy box is the most important section on your product page. You don't want to disrupt that too much. So for example, inline URLs like this one, what are your hybrids, that opens up a pop-up that doesn't disrupt the experience at all, is what helps the most with giving more education information while keeping people focused on the purchase experience and actually getting them to cart and to checkout. So they have that section to break down the difference between materials. As you can see, when you click different materials, the buy box itself updates. It's not clunky, it's not slow, it's very fast. it's interactive. It gives you good feedback on what is happening. Then you can select obviously the size. They have a size guide here with another inline URL, which is this pop-up right here with all of the size and all of the measures. Another super important thing for when you're considering products like these, returning and getting refunds on products like these, or failing to purchase the perfect option on products that are expensive. For example, the queen size here is $949. It causes frustrations for customers, obviously much more than what you would get with something that's, for example, $50 or $100 or $200 even. And as you can see, to combat this, and this is a suggestion that I've given a lot, specifically for high AOV brands or more expensive products, is having numbers or phones available for customers to call. I've actually talked with brands that are high AOV that sell a little bit higher priced products, and this helps them a lot with conversion rate, with getting people to actually buy on the phone, helping them choose the perfect option. So here they have the size selector. As you can see, for every single option, you have the price and the value you're getting showcased there. They have then the upsell and cross-sell section, which I think is my favorite section here, is in the buy box. So you can add the Nectar Cool technology, and as you can see, another tooltip and pop-up they have here for education, and you can activate that and add that to your order with a simple toggle. They have the bedding offer, so you can add a cooling pillow, a sheet set, a mattress protector. For every single option, they're showcasing the value, and for every single option, they also have total price and then the actual value you're getting for the discounted price they have here. So $600 to $159. That's a great offer. It's a super good offer, and you can activate all of that with a simple toggle. Each of them, I actually discovered this just now by clicking on them. So one suggestion here for a split test would be making it more clear that you can click on them and open a pop-up that shows all of this information. So you get also an overview and more education on the upsell with these pop-ups right here. Then you have the quantity selector, and then you have the add to cart. What I think is missing here, what I think they could do better here, is specify much better the financing options they have. As I've mentioned, financing super important. They only have these callouts here at the bottom under the call to action. What I liked with GoSped is that they were mentioning all of these financing options, all of these things much more prominently on the page. These are super important for expensive purchases like this. So financing, but also the HSA, FSA kind of thing that you get in the US when you buy these products. So these kind of guarantees and incentives helps a lot with buying decisions. So maybe split testing, displaying them more prominently would help with conversion rate. But so far, from what I've seen in the buy box here and the above the fold, this is absolutely perfect and great for conversions and AOV. And then they don't stop there. They have crosses and upsells for the adjustable base. So these are obviously clear add-ons that you would get for a mattress. So getting the frame for the bed, the base for the bed, and getting different types with different information for all of them. The most important thing that you see that they're doing for each of their products here and each of their offers, that they're displaying the actual price you're paying and then the actual value you're getting out of that price. So here you're paying $749 for the adjustable base, but the total value you're getting is $1,564. So that's great as far as offer and being clear on that goes. Then just by scrolling the rest of the page here, you can see how much education is important for high AOV products. They have another breakdown sections between all of the options for their memory foam and their hybrid mattresses, all of their awards, more education and interactive sections on how the matches exactly work and how you get premium comfort out of this, more education, more gifts, more quality information and copywriting on the product. Their FAQ section here is actually very good. So they have got questions, we got answers section, and this is not just your kind of usual FAQ section. They have a filtering on their FAQ section with a lot of different things that customers might be afraid of or have objection on. So for example, the financing, how does it work, how they can actually access the financing, if they can get it, if they are eligible for it, the warranty, how the product is shipped, how they can receive it. They have the review section here at the bottom with some handpicked reviews first, and then all of the reviews with what they're using for the reviews. So as far as this product page goes, absolutely perfect work here, specifically on the above the fold. I love this above the fold. I think for CRO is absolutely perfect. One thing I actually forgot to mention at the beginning is that they're not on Shopify, as you can see from their checkouts they have. They're using a different checkout for their experience on the store. So as you can see, they have a little bit more freedom on what to actually show in their checkout and how they can display all of these things here. The layout is fairly similar, but they have a section here where they're upselling you and cross-selling you to more products with, as you can see, always the offer and the value you're getting explained for each of those. They have the section which I think is super important for, and I've tested super important for high AOV brands, which is the call us section to actually get on the phone with an agent. You can proceed to checkout, and then the structure here is fairly similar with Shopify, but as you can see, it's not Shopify, and they always have some kind of cross-sell, some kind of upsell, some kind of way of getting you to pay more, of getting more value out of you to increase the AOV. So also on the checkout, they're doing a good job of testing and making sure every customer is getting all of the products they need and all of the kind of things they need to make sure they're buying and they're having a good purchasing experience. But also on the other side, making sure they're getting the most value and making sure they're getting the highest AOV possible for their brand. That's it for today's video. I hope you're able to get some tips and information on how to make your funnels better. If you want to work with me and my team, we've helped multiple 7 and 8 figure brands split test their store and optimize their funnels to increase conversion rate, AOV, revenue per visitor, and overall profitability. If you want to work with us, first link in the description, you can book a call with me, and on the first call, I'll give you a roadmap of how we can implement our split testing system for your brand specifically. In the second link in the description, you can get subscribed to my email list, and on the first email, you receive my 60-page PDF on how you can implement a split testing system for your brand from A to Z, how to do it, and how specifically we do it at the agency for the brands we work with. See you in the next video.